Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Administrative reforms and laws, irrigation and land. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said people can share in three things. Number 1, water. Number 2, grass. And number 3, fire. Musnad Ahmad 6167. It is narrated by Ubaidah bin Samit that the Holy Prophet ﷺ decided among the people of Madinah Tayyibah about the oasis that the water left over from the well. The Holy Prophet ﷺ decided not to prevent them from having surplus water. Bukhari 2353. It is narrated by Mother of Believers Aisha Siddiqa that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "It should not be forbidden to use the water left in the well." Musnad Ahmad 6171. Narrated by Ibn Musab that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "The premises of the public well is 50 yards, while the premises of the new well is 25 yards. Said added more that the premises of the well is 300 yards. It is narrated by Ibn Umar that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "The premises of dates tree as far as its branches are spread." Musnad Ahmad 6126. It is narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah that the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to forbid to sell the excess water. Muslim 4004. It is narrated by Abu Huraira that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Do not withhold excess water. By this you stop the grass." Muslim 4007. It is narrated by Abu Huraira that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "The premises of the well will be 40 yards from all its sides. This place will be for camels and goats. The first right to drink from the well will be for the travelers, and excessive water will not be stopped so that you may prevent the growth of herbage." Musnad Ahmad 6165. It is narrated by Abu Huraira that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "The premises of well is 40 yards." Musnad Ahmad 6165. It is narrated by Jabir that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Whoever gives something to someone for a lifetime, it is for him and his descendants. It is for the one who has been granted. It will not return to the one who gave it, because he has given it, which inheritance has been released." Ibn Majah 2380. It is narrated by Jabir that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Whoever gives something to someone for a lifetime, it is purely for him. It is inappropriate for the giver to make any condition in it or withdrawn from him." It is narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri that a matter had brought to the Holy Prophet ﷺ regarding a dispute about the premises of a date tree. The Prophet ﷺ ordered to measure it, so it was found to be 7 yards, whereas in other narration its measurement was 5 yards. The Holy Prophet ﷺ made the decision on the basis of the report. It is narrated by Sa'id bin Zaid that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "If someone brings barren land into cultivation, untitled barren land, it belongs to him. Nothing for a wrongdoer who wrongfully plants a tree in someone else's land." Abu Dawud 3073. It is narrated by Urwa bin Zubair that he said, "I bear witness that the Holy Prophet ﷺ decided that the land belongs to Allah, the Exalted. If someone brings barren land into cultivation, he is more deserving of it." Abu Dawud 3072. It is narrated by Ibn Umar that the Holy Prophet ﷺ gave Az-Zubair the land as a fief up to reach off his horse when he runs. He therefore made his horse run until it stopped. He then threw his flog. Thereupon he ﷺ said, "Give him the land up to the point where his flog has reached." Abu Dawud 3072. It is narrated by Ubadah bin Samit. He said that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said about the flow of water coming from the height. He ﷺ said that owner of plateau land will irrigate his land and water up to the ankles, then let the water pass towards slope. The water will continue to flow until the gardens are saturated or the water runs out. Musnad Ahmad 6172. It is narrated by Abdullah bin Az-Zubair. An Ansari man quarreled with Az-Zubair in the presence of the Holy Prophet ﷺ about the Hara canals which were used for irrigating the date palms. The Ansari man said to Az-Zubair, "Let the water pass." But Az-Zubair refused to do so. So the case was brought before the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who said to Az-Zubair, "O Zubair, irrigate your land and then let the water pass to your neighbor." On that, the Ansari got angry and said to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, "Is it because he, Az-Zubair, is your aunt's son?" On that, the color of the face of Allah's Apostle ﷺ changed because of anger, and he said, "O Zubair, irrigate your land and then withhold the water till it reaches the walls between the pits round the trees." Zubair said, "By Allah, I think that the following verse was revealed on this occasion. But know by your Lord, they cannot become true believers until they seek your arbitration in all matters on which they disagree among themselves, and then do not find the least vexation in their heart over your judgment, and accept it in willing submission." Chapter 4, verse 65, Bukhari 2360. It is narrated by Sa'b bin Jathama that the Holy Prophet ﷺ declared Naki as a grazing ground. There is no grazing ground except for Allah and His Messenger. Abu Dawud 1381. Narrated by Samara, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "If someone surrounds a barren land with a wall, he is entitled to it." Abu Dawud 3077. It is narrated by Ubayd ibn Hamal. He asked the Allah's Messenger ﷺ for giving him some land which had oak trees growing in it. The Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, "There is no restriction on Salvadora Persica because all its needs are met." Protecting a land which has Salvadora Persica growing in it, he said, "These Salvadora Persica are within the boundaries of my field." Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, "There is no permission for protecting a land which has Salvadora Persica growing in it." The narrator Faraj said, by the phrase, "within the boundaries of my field," he meant the land which had crop growing in it and was surrounded on 4 sides. Abu Dawud 3066. Ubadah bin Samit asked about a dispute, 1, 2, or 3 date palms belonging to a man among other palm trees. How much land is entitled to 1 or 2 or 3 trees? The Holy Prophet ﷺ ruled concerning limits of a tree and said, There is so much land under every tree as far as its branches spread. May it from the bottom of that tree. Ibn Majah 2488. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ.